those of you who do not know, my name is Elauna Pettigrew, and today I will be focusing on Chapter 7, Learning Racism. Before we begin, I would like to ask you all to imagine. Can you imagine a world in which people question the real reason why you get a job, instead of assuming it was because of your own hard work and ability? Can you imagine getting compliments for things such as speaking correctly, as if it was an anomaly? Can you imagine every time you go through the airport, your bag is randomly selected for bag searches? And can you imagine living in a world where you are so affected by negative stereotypes that have been perpetuated and ingrained into the American society that many people believe it as fact? If you can't imagine these situations, maybe it's because you've never been in one. However, these problems are problems that many non-white Americans face daily. Dave Chappelle once said, "Things like racism are institutionalized. You might not know any bigots. You feel like, well, I don't hate black people, so I'm not a racist. But you benefit from racism just by the merit, the color of your skin, the opportunities that you have. You're privileged in ways you might not realize because you haven't been deprived of certain things." Today, we're going to look at what is white privilege and how it relates to the article titled Disproportionate Risks of Driving While Black. But to begin with, what is white privilege? As defined by the authors Marchwick, Edmondson, and Lipinski, white privilege is the mostly hidden benefits that occur to those who identify as white based on the assumption that white is normal. So basically, if you're not white, you are considered different and abnormal, and you therefore do not receive the same benefits as our white counterparts. While researching white privilege, I looked for common examples of this, and the most common privilege that I found was the privilege of having generally positive relationships with the police. So if this is a white privilege, what is the other side? What if you're not white? This brings me to the article, The Disproportionate Risks of Driving While Black. This article was found in New York Times, and it was written by Sharon LaFrame and Andrew LaCrane. This article examines traffic stops and arrests in Greensboro and finds a wide disparity between white and black individuals. There is a large difference between the amount of blacks who are driving there is a large difference between the amount of drivers who are pulled over and their representation within the